Good morning, ladies. Welcome to our Wednesday Zoom. It's a gorgeous day today. We've got lots of good news. Studio opening next week, upstairs, indoors. I hope to see some of you there. And sun is shining, so hopefully you can get out for a walk today. Enjoy this beautiful weather. We're going to start with a good morning, appropriately, hip hinge. So you're going to lead with your chest, hinging from the hips, back nice and flat. Knees are soft, so you should feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings. You're going to drop the hips, and then you're going to reach up and go up on the toes for a nice calf activation. Okay, so here we go. Leading with the chest, dropping the hips, and over the shoulders. Excellent. Hamstring stretch here, dropping the hips, reaching up nice and tall, up in the toes if you can. A little balance there, good. We'll do two more of these. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the legs, reaching up. Great. Last one. Dropping the hips, coming up nice and tall. Excellent. All right, we're going to do a little opposite arm and leg reach for balance. Shoulder mobility. Knees right in front of the hip. Remember, with any balance exercise, helpful to focus on that fixed object in front of you. Great. And try to get full range of motion right over that shoulder if you can. Excellent. Knee nice and high right in front of the hip. Reach. Reach. Good. Excellent. Getting into your breathing.
Exercise.
Excellent. Okay, let's do a little what I call Tic Tocs, raising one leg up, activating that hip and glute, swinging the arms the opposite direction. Nice and loose with the arms. Still working on that balance with some hip activation. Loose shoulders here. Great. Woo. Nice. Nice and tall through the chest. Thinking about starting to activate that core for our strength training exercises. Nice and tall through the chest. Good. Loose arms. Excellent. All right, now we're going to do a little booty kick. Hamstring activation here. So we stretch the hamstrings. Now we're going to activate them.
Stop.
So we're shortening them. So heel goes to the booty. Heel goes to the booty. Knee stays right underneath the hip. And then we're going to add a little palms down row to this. Getting that upper back warmed up. Getting that heart rate up a little bit. So nice and tall through the chest, ladies. Nice and tall throughout the torso. Great. Feeling the back of the legs while you're dynamically stretching the front of the legs through the quads. Activating that upper back. Opening up that chest. Core stays nice and tight. Great. And let's do a little low row now. Palms facing each other. Same motion. Just a different grip or different hand position. Elbows are in now.
Stop.
Good. Nice and tall. All right, we're going to go to a squat side bend. Shaking the legs out. So feet about shoulder width apart. Yeah. Hips back. And reach.
Begin set forward.
Hips back. Reach. Good. So on that squat, focusing on pushing the hips back. Activating quads, hammies, glutes, getting that lower body nice and warmed up for our first exercise, which will be a sumo squat. And those of you who have trouble with sumo squats because of a knee or any reason, can't do a regular squat, I'm going to grab some weights for that. Push the hips back and reach. Great. Couple more. Knees stay still.
Stop exercise.
Last one. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to grab some weights here for my sumo squat. So feet are going to be outside the hips, pointed out, unlike the squats we were just doing where the butt was going back. This is more of an up and down motion. I'm going to start with my weights here. I'm going to push the knees apart as I go down and come up part way, okay? So in addition to quads, hammies, and glutes, we got inner thighs working here. You want to make sure that your knees don't fall in, okay? You want to think about aiming for that second and third toe. And if you're having trouble getting your knees out that far, you can close your stance a little bit and try again, okay? Those of you who took ballet, this is like a plie. Abs nice and tight. And just adding a little extra weight if you've got it.
Stop. Exercise.
Feeling those inner thighs, feeling the glutes, feeling the quads. Take a breath, relax, great. All right, set number 2, I'm gonna add a V raise, which looks like this. Your arms are up in a V, works the front of the shoulders. Palms are facing each other.
Begin set 2.
If for some reason a V raise doesn't work for you, it's actually quite shoulder friendly, but if for some reason it does not work for you, go ahead and do an arm curl instead. So I'm going down into the squat, up with both arms, okay? Palms facing each other. Good, so working the front of the shoulders on this as I'm doing my sumo squat. Also adding weight to this sumo squat, okay? Which makes it a little more challenging.
Stop.
Excellent, last one. All right, I'm gonna go even further. I'm just gonna keep adding to this. Feel free to stick with the original version. Whatever works for you, I'm gonna add a heel raise on one side. For those of you who can do that. And I'm gonna actually just do
Begin set
one arm. And that same side, I'm lifting the heel. I'm staying nice and low in that sumo squat, okay? Chest is open, shoulders are down. Great. And again, if that doesn't work for you, just keep doing that sumo squat with a pulse, with a V-raise, or alternatively an arm curl. But you should be feeling the quads, inner thighs, glutes, front of the shoulders. Woo! And calf if you've got that heel raise. Excellent.
exercise.
Last one. Beautiful. All right, same thing other side. Shake it out. Reposition. Again, as low as you can go, knees allowing, with good form. Knees not collapsing in, knees out towards second and third toe. This time I'm doing the other arm with the heel raise. And notice I'm keeping that weight up most of the time, not coming all the way down. Makes it a little more challenging. I'm staying as low as I can in that sumo squat. Woo! While I'm working that shoulder on the left side. Anterior deltoid. Nice. Beautiful. And calf, don't forget about that if you've got that heel raise. Calf should be feeling it big time. Woo!
Exercise.
One more.
To the next station.
Nice. Okay, moving on to a bent over row. I'm going to use my bench and bend over. Remember, your alternative here is a standing, kind of a old-fashioned lawnmower row.
Begin
Okay.
set 1.
As heavy of a weight as you have here, this is a strong muscle group. My back is flat. I'm pulling right to that rib cage. Elbow stays in. Slowly lowering, working the upper back. My back stays nice and flat here. My shoulder, working arm, the shoulder does not drop. So when I get to this position, I'm not lowering the shoulder. Shoulders stay nice and square. And I'm pulling right in that rib cage.
Stop. Exercise.
Slowly lowering. Now I'm going to stay on the same side since I feel like it's not terribly difficult. I didn't get a lot of reps in that time. So I invite you to join me with that. And it is, as I said, a strong muscle group.
Begin set 2.
Pulling right in that rib cage, slowly lowering. Back stays nice and flat. Postural muscles, upper back at work. Shoulder at work. Exhale, slowly lower against gravity. Head and neck should be in a nice neutral position. Elbows in. Slowly lower. Not letting gravity bring it down. You're going to control that lowering. Last one. Slowly lower. Good. Switching sides. Other knee up. Back nice and flat. I've got my shoulder over my
Begin
wrist
set
here,
3.
pulling into that rib cage, slowly lowering. There's my exhale. Working the upper back, working the postural muscles. Really important to keep that upper back strong, ladies, to keep your posture erect as we get older. And to avoid any kind of rounding of the shoulders. Exhale, slowly lower.
Exercise.
One more. Slowly lower. All right, break if you need it. And ladies, feel free, you can always go through the breaks. If you're feeling like you're getting a late start or you're not getting enough reps, feel free to go through the breaks
Set 4.
of any of these exercises. I will not be disappointed by that as long as your form is good. Slowly lower. Great. Last set of rowing. Upper back on my right side. Lowering with control, or slowly lowering, slowering, I like to say. Great.
Stop exercise.
Last
and
one,
switch to
ladies.
the next
Into the
station.
rib cage, slowly lower. Awesome. All right, I'm going to try balance exercise. Some of you have done this in different variations. I'm going to grab some weights for this. It's going to be like a single leg deadlift.
Set 1.
So for those of you who are able to balance on one leg, you're going to lead with the chest and come all the way up. Now, if that's too much for you, you're going to keep that back leg like a kickstand. And you're going to lead with the chest and come up and squeeze the glutes. So both exercises, working on the back, posterior chain, back of that standing leg. All the way up, squeezing the glutes. Shoulders down, chest open.
Stop exercise.
And again, the modification here, you have like a kickstand, leading with the chest. And notice I'm not rounded, right? Leading with my chest. It's like a hinge, feeling it in the back of that front leg, okay? Same thing other side. Shoulders down, chest open. Either with your left leg as a kickstand, hinging from the hips, or lifting that back leg like a seesaw or bobbing bird, right? Good, all the way up. Again, weights are optional. They just add a little bit more to the exercise, but you are working that back side of that standing leg, glute, hamstring.
Stop exercise.
If you're doing a single leg version, a lot of balance going on as well. All right, switching legs again. If you've got your kickstand, you're still doing some balance because you don't have weight on that leg. So still balancing there.
Begin set
Just
3.
not as intense. Woo! Staring again at that fixed object so that you're able to balance. Great. Abs stay nice and tight. Breathing throughout. Nice. Feeling the back side, back of that leg lit up. Woo!
Stop exercise.
Excellent. Switching sides. Shake it out. Well done. And make sure that standing leg, make sure that knee is soft and not locked out like that, okay, when it's soft. Okay, here we go. Final set.
Begin set 4.
Staring at your fixed object in front of you. Abs nice and tight, leading with the chest. Bobbing bird coming up. If you're doing a kickstand version, a little easier to squeeze your glutes as you get up top. But still thinking about squeezing those glutes as you come up. Beautiful. All the way up. Squeeze the glutes, shoulders down. Last one. All the way up.
Stop exercise.
Great job, ladies. Okay. Woo. All right, I'm going to continue. I'm going to go back on my bench for a triceps kickback. So this is your pushing motion. We did a pull. Now we're going to push. You can do this standing here like this from 90 degrees back to 180. All right. If you're able, if you have a bench available, sofa, flat surface, the movement is the same, but you're working against gravity a little bit more, so it's a little bit more challenging if you can get your torso horizontal. It can be on a bed or sofa, ideally something not too soft, but you can do it standing as an alternative. So your upper arm is fixed, it is not moving, ladies. You are pushing that weight back with your triceps. Slowly lowering, we're gonna do one more. Pushing that weight back, hold, and slowly lower. Now, I'm gonna stay on the same side since I feel like I didn't get very many reps in. Depending on how heavy your weight is, if your triceps is feeling super challenged, let's have you stay on the same side. Remember that elbow should not be dropping. So the upper arm stays fixed. Pushing that weight back with the triceps, slowly lowering. Small muscle group here, ladies. You should really be feeling this. Excellent. Push, hold. Slowly lower. Push, hold. Woo! One more.
Stop exercise.
Push, hold. Slowly lower. Another thing to keep in mind where you want to keep that wrist neutral with the forearm. So you don't want to be doing this or this, okay? Wrist stays nice and neutral with the forearm.
Begin set 3.
That will keep the work in the triceps where we want it. Same thing other side. Upper arm stays pinned to the side as you slowly lower that forearm, keeping the wrist neutral. Extend as you push, slowly lower. Where's my exhale? Slowly lower. Great.
Stop exercise.
Nice. Take a break. Really good. Woo! Okay. Stretching the arms out if you need to. One more set here, ladies. Shoulders are even. Upper arm fixed right by your side, getting ready. Extend, hold, slowly lowering to 90 degrees. Push back, hold. Slowly lower. Slowly lower. And there's your exhale. Woo! Feeling it starting to shake. Is your arm starting to shake? Mine is. Slowly lower. Keep that elbow still. Do not let that elbow drop, ladies. Hold. Woo! Let's do one more for good measure. Push back, hold.
Stop exercise and
Slowly
switch to the next
lower.
station.
Well done. Uh-oh. Losing my marbles here. Okay, great job, ladies. We are going to go to mat next for an ab exercise. The dead bug. Okay, one of my favorites.
Begin set 1.
On your back. This involves bracing the abs. Your knees are over your hips. Hands are over your shoulders. Shoulders are down. You're engaging those abs as you extend with one arm back and the opposite leg and come back to center position. Now, if you have a sensitive back, you will put one leg down and do one diagonal at a time, okay? You can still make this nice and effective by really bracing.
Stop.
And digging in with this heel, just to show you digging in with that heel and going in and out on one side. And that gives you more back support, okay? If your back is good and you want a more advanced version, you're gonna have both legs
set 2.
and arms working at the same time. Still bracing those abs, so still really tucking that navel in. Working on that extension of that arm, shoulder mobility here. Great. Woo! Breathing throughout. Abs nice and tight. Not letting that lower back come off the mat
Stop.
or the floor. Great. On the break, pulling those knees in. You can rock side to side. Great job. Making sure that sort of on that reset that your head is nice and long and your shoulders are down.
Begin set 3.
Here we go. Abs braced. Extend. Now I am stopping just to sort of demonstrate. You can keep it continuous, which is a little more challenging, as long as your form is good, your abs are braced, you're still getting that range of motion with your arms behind you.
Stop. Exercise.
There's your break, pulling the knees in. Little rock, stretching that back. Well done. We have one more set, ladies. Great job. Really important to take that break so you can relax everything so you're ready to go for that next set. And this is our final set of dead bug.
Begin set 4.
So bracing the abs here. Reaching with the leg. Woo! Continuous motion, reaching with the arm. Trying to get that full range behind you. Shoulder mobility. Nice. Woo! Almost there.
Stop. Exercise.
Nice, ladies. Pulling those knees in. Little rock here, well done. All right, for our bridges today, I'm going to add some weight to the bridges if you'd like to join me. So whatever weight you have, you don't have to add weight, but just if you want to up your ante a little bit. And we're going to start with
Begin set 1.
just a basic bridge, feet about hip width apart, squeezing the glutes and coming up and lowering. So we got hammies, glutes, abs working here. Holding here if you can. Or you can continue to go up and down depending on your back. If you want it a little bit harder, you're going to stay here and do some pulses. Really squeezing the glutes, tucking that tailbone.
Stop.
Excellently, slowly lower. All right. Again, the weights are optional. Do not feel obligated to carry the weight. It's only if your back is good, you want more of a challenge. This next set, I'm going to do a marching bridge with the weight.
Begin set 2.
So you're going to keep the hips up. And if your back is good, you want more of a challenge, you're going to raise one leg up and the other leg up, all the while holding those hips up, which takes a ton of stabilization. Now you can do this without weights, ladies, all right? You don't need the extra weight. If it's too much on the back, please do not use the weights. If the marching is too much, period, you're going to stay with a 2-foot bridge, with or without the weights. Great.
Stop. Exercise.
Woo! Slowly lower. All right. Nice way to rest the hamstrings is just to stretch those legs out for a moment and relax them. All right, I'm going to go to a single leg option here. I am not going to use weight here, but you can. You can continue with the weight if you like. And I'm going to do one leg toward the ceiling. Now you can hold it here, or you can pulse up and down. Arms up are always an option to make the bridge less stable. Arms can be here as well. This requires a little bit more stabilization with the core, so I'm driving through this leg, working that left hammy, left glute, core's tight. Woo!
Stop.
Working that backside. Excellent. Relaxing that left leg. Very nice job. Again, if your back is sensitive, please stick to the 2-leg bridge. And maybe you can play with the position of your feet. You can go a little wider. You can try a narrow bridge. You can pulse. You can go up and down. Lots of different variations.
4.
All right, final set with my single leg. This time I'm reaching with the left leg, driving through the right leg. And I'm gonna throw my arms up here just for a little extra fun. Driving through right leg, right hammy, right glute, working very hard, core stabilizing. And I'm breathing. Woo! Nice work, ladies. Backside, really feeling this. Great job, we are almost
Stop
there.
exercise and switch to the
Nice
next
work.
station.
Woo! All right, I'm gonna do some abduction next with my band. You do not need a band for this exercise. If you've got a loop band, it'll make it a little bit more intense. You're gonna put that over your ankles. Excuse me, ankles.
Begin set 1.
You're gonna line your side. Everything's nice and lined up. You're gonna lift that top leg up. Foot is dorsiflex toward my chest. And I'm gonna do a small circle forward with my top leg. Keeping tension in that band, reaching through my heel, making my leg nice and long, and working the hip and glute. In case you didn't know. Woo! Now, remember, you want to keep your hips stacked here, which means you're not,
exercise.
take a break, you're not rolling forward or back, okay? Everything's nice and lined up from shoulder to hip to ankles, okay? Second set, I've got tension in my band, I'm reaching through my heel, and I'm going to now
Begin
circle
set 2.
backwards, small circle. If this straight leg version, ladies, is too much, with or without the band, you can always go to a clamshell here, and you're working the same muscle group. It's just a little bit less intense, a little more targeted. This way you're working a little bit more of the leg and hip, reaching through the heel. But both exercises really good for that hip and glute, abs nice and tight. Woo! Backward circle. Oh yeah. We are almost there, ladies. Are you ready?
Stop
I'm ready.
exercise.
Woo! All right, switching sides. Again, making sure you're nice and lined up. And some of you may be tempted to be up like this. We're going to be doing side planks after this, so I really don't want you to tax your shoulder. I want your shoulder to be nice and fresh. So I'd like you to be lying down here, and that way the focus is really here where I want it. So again, you're lengthening that leg. You've got tension in the band if you've got a band on. And you're doing a small circle forward. Woo! Hip and glute on fuego. Nice work, ladies. Excellent job, almost there. Keep those abs engaged.
Stop exercise.
There's your break. Woo! All right, we have one final set of these before our planks. Are we ready? Lined up from ankle, hip to shoulder. Creating tension in that band. Foot is dorsiflex, nice and long.
Begin
Heel.
set 4.
Small circle back. Oh yeah. Final set. This should be lit up right now, ladies. Woo! Doesn't take much, just a small circle. If you've got tension in that band, it is on fire. Woo! Almost there. You're gonna be happy to plank after this, right? Woo! Little circle, keep breathing. Reaching through that leg, reaching through the heel.
Stop exercise.
Oh,
Your training is now complete.
oh no! Wait, can we do some planks? I got overzealous. All right, ladies, please join me in some side planks. I'm not sure how that happened, but somehow I got it in exercise. All right, if we're not doing side planks, ladies, we're doing front planks, okay? We're gonna do one on each side or 2 front planks. Feet are dorsiflex, abs engaged, glutes engaged. Please join me. You know you really don't want to quit yet anyway, right? Woo! Holding here. Head and neck neutral, pulling the abs in, squeezing the glutes. Nice work, feeling that side. I know some of you have been complaining the workouts are a little short, be honest. So here we are. I'm giving you an opportunity to extend it just a little bit, just enough to hopefully fulfill that need of a little bit longer workout. All right, I'm switching sides. If you're doing front planks, you're continuing with the front plank. Abs and glutes nice and tight here, ladies. If you're doing the side plank, you're nice and lined up. You can have a little hip drop if you want. Glutes are tight, abs are tight. Excellent, final set, ladies. Come on now, let's push it. Let's make this count. Woo, I think I added an extra exercise because that's what we do in the outdoor workouts. I think that's what happened. But we're happy to have it, right? Final set, last 5 seconds. Woo! And take a break. Well done, ladies, great job. Thanks so much. Let's do a quick hip flexor stretch here. Knee underneath the hip, reaching forward with that other foot. Nice and tall through the chest. You can do this on a bench as well. And you're gonna lean into that front leg. You feel that nice stretch of the quad and hip flexor. I like to extend that arm up, holding there. Really great stretch again for the hips. Awesome. Breathing. Woo! All right, switching sides, same thing, other side. Knee underneath the hip, other foot in front. Gently leaning into that left side now. Feeling that stretch through the quad, hip flexor all the way up through the shoulder. Beautiful, chest is up, chest is open, shoulders are down. Woo! Nice work. All right, bringing that leg forward. Gently rolling up. Shaking those arms out. Crossing the arms in front as you inhale. Exhale, reaching up nice and tall to the ceiling. Great job, ladies. Thanks for joining me today.